Well, hey guys, it's been a little while. It's been a few days. It's probably been a lot longer than that. I'm going to say easily, well, probably around 4th of July time, I'm going to guess. Been busy with stuff, work and whatnot, and just been tired and trying to get other little things done. But yeah, I hadn't even gotten that any farther than where I was. So as you can tell, oh, and here's something else I was doing. I'm still looking around for parts. Oh man. I just dunked these in here. I was, and that's amazing how that's, I mean, I'm not kidding you. I just threw these in here. These are little plastic plugs for the light bulbs. I'm trying to remember what the hell they're called. Anyways, you put the light bulb in it, and for the back of the dash. I mean, for some reason it's giving me. You see how clean those were? Corroded horribly. I almost threw these away. My other plan was to sandblast them. My little cabinet blaster. And I thought, well, I had this deal of Tarn-X. You see that crap in the commercials. I thought, I wonder what's going to do to the plastic. And I'm looking at it going, man, this is not going to clean. I mean, these look disgusting. They should have been thrown away. Look at that. I mean, I've been using it with the end of a Q-tip to clean up my circuit boards. And they always work really good. Not perfect, but work really good. That is flipping amazing. This is the first time I've done this. Threw it in this bottle like this. And I'm literally 20 minutes might have gone by. Here we are. Instrument panel. What are these called? Instrument panel cluster or something. Anyway, that's. See how clean that thing is? And that's how these look now. I mean, sorry, I'm getting excited, but I really didn't expect it to clean like that and clean that fast. The shop to check on those sockets for the dash. I let them sit overnight. Can you see that? You see how clean they look now? I mean, those things were nasty, corroded. Technically, throw them away in the garbage. I just poured I had them in that cylinder thing. I poured them out to get a better look at them, and blown me away. That stuff's amazing. The Tarn-X stuff cleaned it right up. I mean, unbelievable. Totally blown away. I'll give you an idea. There's a new one. It's got a little bit of a shine to it, but I think I'm gonna run these into the house and clean them in real quick and rinse them off. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I really did not expect them to clean up like that. That just completely blows me away. I am sold on Tarn-X. I mean, I already liked how well it worked with the cleaning the back of the dash, where all the contacts were. I really didn't think it'd kick that much butt on the socket terminals, though. So that's pretty impressive. I'm impressed. So, something else I wanted to show you guys too, because they are available, is with these dashes, you can buy these aftermarket replacements. You can see 54, 57 PT, they're by Pico. They're aftermarket replacements for the little light sockets. There is a little bit of a difference. I want to show you this. Look at how nice these things cleaned up. I mean, these were green, nasty, and corroded. That Tarn-X is awesome. Definitely. All I did was soak them. I didn't do nothing else to them. But anyways, you'll notice, if you look really close, where the lock is between the original and the aftermarket. When you lock them into the dash, the contacts, if I can get it in there, they're grabbing well onto the contact pad in all these different locking holes. See, now because the lock on the aftermarket is in a little bit different spot, you got to be careful because you can actually see right there, it's not even touching the contact. So you kind of almost have to, I don't know if you can turn it around if that makes a difference. See, it's just barely contacting because the lock is not in the same position. It fits a little loosey-goosey. It's not exactly the right size. You know, when in doubt, I mean, the OEM is the way to go, but I mean, when you just can't, and they fit just a little bit loose. Where these guys here, they fit in there about the right size. The other two I've seen, see, I got a 5/8 one. That one's way too big. It's definitely not 5/8. Those are the only two that I've seen at the parts store. Was the quarter inch and or the 5/8 inch hole, and then the half-inch hole. I didn't notice if they had any other sizes, but I've tried using these before because in a pinch I couldn't get anything else. So I know these work, but you got to be really careful where you're putting them. Make sure that they're contacting. See, because it's very, very on the edge, and you can obviously they're loosey-goosey in these holes. So, anyways, I just wanted to show this because this is really important. You know, you go to the store, you get these, and you're like, when I took these out, I've got a picture somewhere of how disgusting these things were. I mean, I should have just thrown them away. And how well they cleaned up. I'm glad they did because, as you can see, these aftermarket replacement ones don't work quite as well. I mean, they're great if it's all you have as an option, but I've got some of these OE ones laying around here everywhere, and I know my dad had a stash of them too, so I just got to go over and find where he put his at. But we parted a lot of trucks over the years. I know he saved a lot of stuff like that, and it fits better. I don't know what Dennis Carpenter carries, if he's carrying this kind of stuff, or if he is in fact making ones that are closer to original. That would be nice. If he even carries anything at all, I'm not sure. I've never really looked because I've always had original ones. But like this other 5/8 one here, there's got to be a size in between. Yeah, this thing's huge. It's probably for Chevrolet or something. Maybe they make a 9/16 size, and I haven't seen it yet. Maybe they do. 9/16 might be the magic, because that 5/8 almost goes in. So I don't know. I'll have to look around. Well, back at it again a little bit. Look how good those look. Got my Tester's paints. I ended up getting this fluorescent orange, which I don't think is quite right. It's almost pinkish, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I've got, these aren't fluorescent. It's just, this is a regular orange. All I'm going to do is stick a little piece of paper behind it and a little paint on it. Thinking the fluorescent should do the trick. I mean, it ain't going to be, we're not going for a points correction and, you know, restoration type situation here. I just want it to look good. When I put the face on, obviously the sun bleached out the fluorescent, so this is basically just making it so I can see these again. I just impressed myself. So, if you like that and how that turned out, which, I don't know, I'm kind of impressed. This is Tester's, there was a part number on here, 1173, and it is orange fluorescent. It seems to be pretty darn close. I don't think anyone would know the wiser. I bought a new lens, but I'm hesitant to put it on. I mean, if I don't need to, I don't want to. I'd rather save it for another dash that's even more trash, because they're not super expensive, but they're not cheap either. I mean, the lens isn't horrible. It could probably be cleaned up. I know, like in my 60s trucks, the 67 to 72s, this plastic yellows really easily. I mean, it's in fair shape. I'm gonna try and clean it up. Why don't you just replace the bulbs? Well, because I'm a cheap bastard, that's why. I'll spend $100 some odd on a backing, and I'll sit here and fart around with 20 cents. A lot of it just comes down to the fact I don't want to have to order more of them, because there's nobody around here. If I go to buy a bunch, because I like to keep a bulk in stock, I gotta go like on Amazon or something, because nobody's got them in stock in a bulk amount. Okay. I'm going to set this up here for right now. One of these days I really should clean my work area. Alright, for anybody who wanted to know how I test my bulbs, I just put a couple test leads on either side of my little jump pack. And turn it on, and you can test. So it should work. See? That one's good. Another good one. See? All good. Simple as that. You can pretty much do that with any 12 volt bulb. 6 volt, you need a 6 volt jump or some kind of a reducer. So anyways, there you have it. Here's what I've got. This is McGuire's Mirror Glaze clear plastic polish. I have the cleaner, which you put on afterwards. I'm just letting it sit upside down because it's been on the shelf for so long. I used it a couple times. I don't remember when exactly. It seems to work a little bit. I mean, and I'm sure there's probably better products or maybe a faster way of doing it. I'm just using this microfiber towel thing, courtesy of Hot Rod. My free gifts decades ago. And I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can. Maybe you can notice in the camera. It's hard to tell. It's a little bit clearer this side over. It took some of the haze and some of those small scratches out. And honestly, for what I'm doing, it'll be just fine. I don't see any point in using up my brand new lens on this. I'll probably try and take this off anyways. It's easier to polish this side with it in here. And I'll clean the back side of it, clean all the crud out of there. There's some crap in here. You probably won't see it once the dash trim is on, but I'll get it cleaned out of there anyways. But it's doing something. I mean, I can see it if you look down at. I don't know if you can see how it starts showing scratches and crap from here down. Feels smooth, feels rough here. This is nice and smooth, and I haven't put the cleaner on it, which is like a little bit finer grit. And you can see it took some of the stuff out. I mean, there's some big scratches right here. They're not going to come out. But I mean, as far as looking into them, they look clear. It looks better than this one. These two here, yeah, it looks a lot better. I think I only spent maybe 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes on this part here just with the polish. So another, 10 or 15 minutes to work my way over. I'll take it apart, carefully take it apart, get this crap cleaned out of here, maybe do a quickie on the back side, put it back together. It should be looking pretty good. So not too bad. This plastic here, this original housing is she's getting a little punky. I'm hoping she hangs tough till I get her into the truck. The new needles, the bulbs all tested good, clean contacts. This dash should work great. The only thing I'm a little worried about is the circuit board because it's showing corrosion inside of itself. If it's a problem, that dash right there is a spare. I got the circuit board back here to use. And, eventually I might just buy another housing and rebuild this one, because this one really is in pretty good shape. It's showing some cracks up here though on this one. So what I might do is, I've done this in the past. I've taken a washer, I filed that down nice and flat, and I've taken a washer and epoxied a washer on this side, sometimes both sides, but usually it's this side. I've epoxied it, and it kind of strengthens it up a little bit. And that way when you run your screw in, it doesn't spread it apart and split it. That might do it on both of them. Does it mess up the dash how it mounts? No, it don't. Not on this side. It'll still sit in the same spot on this side. So like this one here, I'll try and polish, but there's a lot of big scratches on this one. If I go to rebuild this one, so this would be a good candidate for that lens. Well, see, there's a chip right there in it. So this one right here might get a new lens on top of it if I decide to rebuild the rest of it. We'll see. Sometimes it's nice just to have a parts dash in the house. I'm really shaking this stuff up because it's been sitting on my shelf for years. But still, it seems to be working. I just put a little on the towel because it's super runny. And I'm just... It doesn't feel like it's doing much, but once it starts dry, you can hear it. I can feel it when I'm doing this, how rough it is. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing this. I thought about chucking up the Dremel or maybe the drill with a buff or something like that, but I don't want to go crazy and burn the plastic. Maybe I'll experiment with that one, see what I can use. Oh, there's something in my plastic right there, so I didn't even see that. I'm not even sure what that is. That's interesting. Scotch tape. See, I didn't even see that before. Did you guys see that? Didn't even see it. Some kind of Scotch tape or something. No reason for it to be there. It was though. Let me see, I can polish that. The etch from it right out. I didn't see that before. That's kind of weird. I can already tell. Yep, I can definitely tell. It's a lot. Not as hazy as it was. No, not even at all. See, in just that little bit, how long was that? Like 2 or 3 minutes? That's not even bad. I could live with that. Shoot, it's in what will be a daily driver type deal. Gee. Oh yeah. That'll work. Better than what it was. And I think you just put a little bit of the cleaner on top of that. I think it gives it a little shine, and that's that. Alright, I think I'm going to cut it from here, because who wants to sit here and watch me polish all afternoon? I'm just going to throw some of this cleaner on this, pop these clips out, flip it over, give her a clean job on the inside and the back side of the plastic, and we may be putting the rest of the dash back together. Let me reiterate something real quick. I had these backwards. I went to put this on as if it was like the final thing. I think this is what you want to put on first. It's just a little bit thicker, and boy, the minute I put that on, it just made this hue of garbage that showed up on the plastic. And I just sat there and rubbed on it, and it started pulling all of it out, and it was like, wow, you know, it lifted a bunch of garbage right out of the plastic. So I believe this is what you want to hit it with first, then follow it up with the 10. Like I said, it's been forever since I've used this stuff. I went ahead and went over the whole thing with the 17, and now I'm going back over it again with this 10. That might have been why it was actually taking me longer, because this is, yeah, the 17 is a little bit thicker, and I think it's got a little bit more kick to it. But I think the 10 is the actual final. I might have screwed up. I noticed it started lifting a bunch of crap right out of the plastic, the clear plastic cleaner, the number 17 stuff. And yeah, right out of the gates, man, it was just going to town. I'm like, whoa. So I think that was the one I was supposed to start with. Yeah, that doesn't look half bad. I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. Oh yeah, that's going to be nice. This is just crap you're seeing in between the two. I'll split it apart and clean the backside of it real quick. But yeah, that's where I goofed up. You want to start with this first, I think, and then follow it up with this stuff. So if that's the, you know, you're interested in trying that line. I don't even know if they make it anymore. Like I said, I've had those bottles forever. I can't even remember where I got them from, to be honest with you. So anyways, I'm happy with it. I don't see any point in using my brand new lens on this. I need to buy a bunch of stuff for the dash in my other truck I did with my Super Cab. And I kind of pieced it together with the last remaining decent used parts I had, and that was it. I mean, I couldn't even fix this dash with my spare parts because I didn't have enough good stuff. I didn't have a backer. I used my last backing for my 78, which happened to be a silver face. I'm trying to remember, did I convert that to a black? No. Maybe I did, I don't remember. But my Super Cab is an XLT, so it has the gauges in the top too, so the backing wouldn't even be the same anyways. But I don't have any spare good ones. They're all disintegrated. So anyways, I'm happy with it. Looks good. I'll open it up, do a little quick clean on the inside, clean out the black area a little bit, and I think we'll throw this bad boy together. I unsnapped it, did both sides. I think it turned out pretty darn good. Not bad for driver quality. Like I knew was going to happen. I had a weak corner right there. You can see it. It's split. But it's alright. It's holding in there. Ain't going to hurt nothing. I don't think it's going to, you know, it'll be okay. Anyways, there she be. Got a lot of junk cleaned out of it. There's some kind of crap at the bottom. Now, I think the cluster, the needles have dried enough, and we can get away with tossing the gauge assembly on. Get on there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's gonna look sweet. Oh yeah, geez, that looks nice. That looks really nice. I mean, for being a bunch of used junk. The needles turned out good. Yeah, see, those were like almost white. I could not see them, so throwing the orange on there, that fluorescent, that fluorescent orange looks like it's definitely the ticket. It definitely looks good in there. So now all I gotta do is throw all the sockets back in. None of these looked bad other than they were just corroded like crazy. Yeah, I can feel a little spring to them now. This housing is amazing. They feel so much more positive with this new housing too. Oh yeah. She's done. She's done and she's pretty. I like it. That turned out really nice. That's almost too nice for my truck. Yep, that'll work. I'll see, I'll check the old man's stash. See what he's got. That turned out really nice. I'm happy with that. Here's what started it all. All nasty. The holes and stuff broke out. This thing just started disintegrating. Let's see better days. It mainly just keeps these terminals from contacting anything back here. Really, I've seen guys run without them. I'll put these on. Try to find some better ones. I know I got some more laying around here somewhere. Alright folks, we'll wrap that up for now.